Hello everyone and welcome finally to the 5,000 subscriber thank you video. It's been probably a month overdue. I was trying to get around to doing it and I just kept on forgetting, but now here we are. I'm wearing a mask, don't judge me. I just got out of a store and I'm about to go into another one in like just a couple minutes as soon as I'm done here. But it's a NASCAR mask. Hopefully you guys like it. And we got the Millennium merch here today. It's an Millennium jersey. I don't know if you guys actually know who that is, but just thank you all for 5,000 subscribers. It's been a crazy journey. It's only been a couple year journey now. We're going into like year 3 or something. I can't even remember, but it's really cool. Very thankful for all of you that have hit the subscribe button over the last couple years. And the 2020 goal was to hit 5K, and obviously we just did that about a month ago now, and we're already close to 6K, less than 100 away. And the 2021 goal is to get to 10K, so we're well on our way to do that, and I'm really thankful. It's really hard to believe just how far we've come to within the last few years. You know, I started, 2000, I think, 18 with the NASCAR Heat 3 thing. And, like, I posted a few NASCAR Heat 2 videos, like, maybe, 30 of them. But it just never really took off anywhere. But it kind of got me started somewhere. And then NASCAR Heat 3 thing started to take off a little bit. And then it was probably early 2019 where I finally started to get somewhere. And I tried something different, of course, kind of with how I did things with like post-race commentary and just kind of like adding replay cameras and stuff in the videos. And it seems like people obviously liked it, which is great. And now we're doing it in NASCAR Heat 5, but with mods included, with some really, really big things on the way in the modding scene, which I cannot wait for you guys to see very soon. You might even see it before this vlog thing goes out, but we'll see. So hopefully we can kind of keep the momentum going and just kind of go into the next NASCAR game and stuff. I want to, of course, do content creation eventually as a full-time thing. And if we can keep doing what we're doing, we're well on our way to do that eventually here within the next few years, I hope. But just a huge thank you to so many of you who are always around for premieres and every video, and even in the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, I'll put a link in the description or something. And to the ones that follow me, even on the socials like Twitter and Instagram. So thankful for all of you who are just always there. Positive work, a community about positivity. We don't want any negativity around here. It's not welcome. And we have, you know, the bad egg every once in a while, but we deal with it the best we can pretty quick. So yeah, like I said, so thankful for all of you. And now we're actually going to go to my house and check out my setup and stuff and answer some questions and whatnot. So yeah, I'm very excited to do that as well right now, actually. Alright, I made it home, guys, and we are here to do the Q&A thread that I posted like a month ago now. I got like 51 comments, so we're just going to kind of go from the top here. From Sydney Duncan 57. When is your next NASCAR Heat 5 silly season video? Okay, and when the next game comes out next year, what do you want in it? Better graphics, more under or unfunded teams, and career mode, different racetracks, or have your name on the driver's door? If I had to choose like between those ones there, I would go with probably graphics, because different racetracks aren't too much of an issue to me as long as we have the actual schedule. So I kind of go with graphics there, but I would like to see some better physics still. I think that's really the largest thing we need to improve on. A better paint booth, like a full-on customizable paint booth like we used to have. That would personally be what I would like to see. Now is what made you get into the sport of NASCAR? Actually, the die-cast cars is what got me into the sport of NASCAR. There's a lot of people. I haven't shown my die-cast collection since the 1K subs video, so I'll show that as soon as we do the Q&A, and then I'll show my gaming setup and whatnot that I have now. But the die-cast cars got me into the sport. I thought they were really cool, and I remember asking my dad to get one, and then my grandpa, he actually, him and my grandma bought me a couple of die-casts like the day after I asked for them, and it was the Kyle Busch number 87 like rookie Xfinity car, as well as the Mark Martin 6 Viagra car. And I'll show you guys that here in just a little bit now. Have you ever thought of being a commentator, knowing how good you are at it? Thank you, J-Cab. I would like to do something like that. Like, not like I wouldn't like to do it as a job at all. I'd love to just be a content creator as a job one day. But I would definitely be down to like kind of do like a few commentating things here, maybe on like an esport or something. I wouldn't mind. It has to be racing involved, of course, but I would absolutely take up the opportunity if it was there. How many NASCAR races have you been to, if any? And congratulations on 5K subs. I love your content, and I love the new silly season stuff in the career mode. Keep up the good work. Thank you once again, Jose versus Chan. I appreciate it.
and I'm glad you like the silly season stuff. And yeah, I have never, ever been to a NASCAR race, unfortunately. Hopefully one day. Of course, I'm in Canada. I don't actually have a passport yet. I got to get that, and then hopefully we can go to one. I could go to the Truck Series one if they come to Canada again next year and whatnot. Where do you live? Well, there. Shout out to Kid Perfect 12. But thank you, Kid Perfect 12. I live in Canada. How did you get into NASCAR? Hurricane, he's been around here for a long time. Big Eric Almirola fan, I know he is. But yeah, just like I said before, the diecast cars and whatnot. When was the first time you saw it? I mean, the first one, so I haven't, like I said, been to one, but the first one I've watched was, I think it was the 2007 Texas Spring Race in the Cup Series, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it was one I remember, like the 6 car of David Reagan crashed through the grass, and that's the only thing that I can remember of that race. Did you have an old YouTube account before this one? I've had multiple old YouTube accounts. I used to run a YouTube account that had some stop motions on them, and I had one that was called like Lord of the Whales or something like that, and I just posted some random stuff on there. But obviously then I came to this one. This is like my 4th one, but this is the one that I'm actually trying to do something with instead. How do you make the mods for the different drivers and paint schemes? Could you put the video on how you do it? I'll link it again. I've posted the video a few times on how to do mods and stuff, but I basically followed a tutorial on YouTube, as well as my friend Renato. He actually makes all the custom paint schemes that you have been seeing come into the career mode. A huge thanks for him, because he does an incredible job. You guys have been loving the paint schemes that he makes, and he just offered to do it for free. It was unbelievable, and he does a really good job, and definitely a huge advantage to have him helping me. It helps a lot, and I'm very thankful for him to even offer to do it in the first place now. As have you ever thought about starting a racing league with your drivers? Oh, by the way, for changing the drivers and stuff, I just simply go into the driver files and edit the driver names. In that video I'll post in the description, will show exactly how to do that. But you can do that all by yourself with no problem at all, except you'll have to download like a Unity Asset Bundle Extractor or something it's called. Have you ever thought about starting a racing league with your viewers? I definitely thought about it. As of right now, I don't have the time. If I had the time, I would think about doing something like that. But like right now, I'm just kind of chilling in the Nitro League and stuff. If I ever went like full-time content creator, it'd be something I would look into, that's for sure. And one says he's been around for quite a while too. Did you start making NASCAR videos because you like doing it, or because they were getting big for your channel? I started making NASCAR videos just because I love the sport of NASCAR. I mean, the video game, the NASCAR Heat Series, and I also really love making YouTube videos, and the editing process is a lot of fun. The commentating process is a lot of fun. I like to see what I can just come up with, and so it's a huge amount of fun for me. So it's really the fun factor that got me doing it, and I mean, if you like doing it, you might as well go for it. And kind of Jeff Fabiano, he's always been my all-time favorite YouTuber. I've been watching him since I was in grade 7. So I was 12 then, and I'm 20 now, so I've been watching him for a long time. A great YouTuber, and he's like my inspiration to do all of this. What are your thoughts on the yellow line rule at plate tracks? I think we should keep enforcing it, because if we didn't, there would be absolute calamity at points, especially towards the end of the races, and we need to keep everybody safe. What are your thoughts on the underfunded teams? It sucks, and I hope that the next kind of switch up to the new gen can, with the reduction of cost, maybe they can close that gap to top teams. Of course, there's always going to be underfunded teams no matter what, any type of motorsport, unfortunately. So it's like we can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. AKA Dolphin, he's been here for quite a while too. Have you ever been to a race in person? No, unfortunately, but definitely would like to. The track I really want to go to is Daytona. The Indianapolis 500 is on my bucket list, as well as the Daytona 500 and the Singapore Grand Prix for F1. Those are like my 3 bucket list races right now. What do you think of Trackhouse, and how do you think they will do in their first season? Well, considering Daniel Suarez is one of my favorite drivers, I love the Trackhouse team. I think they're going to probably be a mid-20s car, to be completely honest. I just don't think their car is going to be very good. So that's kind of my expectation there, Dolphin. what was your passion to start a YouTube channel? So, like I just mentioned, Jeff Favignano kind of inspired me. I wanted to do what Jeff Favignano was doing. I saw he was making a living doing YouTube. I started watching him before. He was probably in the mid 20,000s or so of subscribers. He's now well over 1 million. And I remember just kind of like going on the journey with him when he hit 50,000 subscribers, and he had a big vlog for that and stuff, and just kind of being along for the journey to see just kind of how things progress for them. It was really cool, and I was like, I really would like to do something like that and be able to, you know, experience that. And then my love for the sport of NASCAR, I was just like, I mean, why not do something or at least try something? So here I am now. Who gave you the name Gary Owen? My parents. I have the same name as a comedian. I've thought about changing the name of this channel actually before, because there's a comedian named Gary Owen who's way more larger on YouTube than I am. I've thought about changing my YouTube name to just Gowen, so Gowen, but I haven't never decided on that. I don't know if I'll ever change it. We'll see. Maybe one day. I don't know. I was originally going to be named Harley Owen, but they stuck with Gary. My dad has the same name. But how long have you been making videos for? So legitimately since the very late part of 2018, I made a bunch from like 2017 through the first part of 2018, but I wasn't consistent at all. I was just posting whenever I wanted to. And the end of 2018 is really when we started to actually try and do something. Fat Cheeseburger, he's been here for a long time. You've mentioned in the past Kyle Larson was your guy. Do you believe he has done enough to earn a spot back in NASCAR? Does he deserve the opportunity to come back? So this comment was before the news of Larson coming back. Larson was my favorite driver. He made a huge mistake. I lost a lot of respect for him when he did it, but seeing what he has done since then, the effort he has put in, going through the NASCAR programs that he was supposed to, but he's done more than just the programs that NASCAR put him into, and he says he plans to continue to do work to just better himself, I guess, and whatnot. So I've gained a lot of respect back for him, and I do believe he deserves a second chance, just seeing, you know, community response and whatnot. And yeah, so he definitely, I think he deserves the opportunity back. And honestly, I think just seeing the effort he has put back in, I think he's honestly going to be back to my favorite driver next year when he returns, because you know what, I'm not afraid to support him anymore. Just seeing what he has done, the effort, like I said, he's put in to become a better person after that mistake. Do you do practice for each race? Are you talking about, if you're talking about career mode, I put absolutely no practice in at all. I just go straight into qualifying and do the race. For Nitro, same thing. Now is how did you get into racing? That was from Joseph, Sir Riptide 5. I do a lot of racing with him in the Nitro iRacing League and whatnot. Now he's always a good competitor to race against. How did you get into racing? Just like I said before, the diecast and whatnot. What would you think if 704 got rid of the Dirt series and had K&N, ARCA, and Modifieds or even late models? Personally, Chase Smith, I would prefer if they got rid of Dirt series and had K&N or ARCA instead. I'd rather do this ARCA stuff versus the Dirt stuff personally, so I'd be all for it. What want you to play NASCAR games? I'm going to assume that he meant what made you want to play NASCAR games. That was just simply just my love for the sport of NASCAR. I was a NASCAR fan before I even played the NASCAR games. Can I sponsor something? You absolutely could. Do you think you're the best NASCAR Heat player? Absolutely not. Far from it. I think I'm a decent NASCAR Heat player. I mean, we go into league races and I do pretty good, but definitely far from the best. That's for sure. What high school did you go to? One in Canada. Who is your favorite 35th place driver right now? Could we maybe put Daniel Suarez into that, because his car is not very fast, and he's my second favorite driver-ish overall. So if we can put Suarez into that, I would put Suarez there. How old are you, and by any chance will you ever go to Martinsville? I'm 20, just turned 20 a couple months ago, and we were actually supposed to go to Martinsville this year before everything happened for the Mother's Day weekend race, and we were going to go there with all the Nitro drivers, and then of course everything happened and that trip did not happen. So one day, hopefully, maybe even, I don't know about next year, but hopefully we can go to Martinsville at some point. That was going to be my first NASCAR race, was Martinsville. What do you think about Bowman going to the 48? I think that is awesome. He deserves it. He deserves to be in a top ride, and I'm glad he's got that car. I think it's a good replacement, and yeah, I think Hendrick Motorsports has an incredible lineup for next season. What's the biggest thing you want in the next NASCAR game? Connected career mode, new tracks, etc. Like I mentioned earlier, better physics still. The physics are alright, if they're fine, I should say. I would just like to see some more improvements, some more development on that part, and then a legitimate full-on customizable paint booth, as well as just like a deeper career mode would be cool. Driver transfers and stuff and all that, so then I wouldn't have to do it myself. Something like that would be really cool. How did you get Eric Jones into the 73? Obviously, you guys know now that's mods and whatnot. Do you think Ryan Blaney will ever win a Cup championship? I think Ryan Blaney is capable of winning a lot of races, but I do not think he will ever win a Cup championship. I think he can get close, but I don't think he will actually win one. Maybe if he does, maybe one, but that would be it. Most talented driver, 25 or younger right now. Is Chase Elliott 25 or younger? If he is, I don't know. Is Kyle Larson under 25? I think Larson's like 26 or something like that. But if Larson was below 25, I would say Kyle Larson. But if not, and if Chase Elliott's below 25, then I'll go with Chase Elliott. What is your wish list for NASCAR 21? Kind of like I said, better physics and stuff, as well as a more improved, full-on customizable paint booth. I'm very excited to see what we're going to get out of that game now. What happens if you drive for Hendrick Motorsports? Who would you drive for? If you're talking about career mode, stay very tuned. There's something coming up very shortly about that. Who is your favorite active driver? So right now, Kyle Larson's not there, so it's Denny Hamlin as well as Daniel Suarez. My all-time favorite driver, by the way, is Jeff Gordon. As well as, can you read this comment? Hello, Noah. You've been here for quite a while. Who's your favorite NASCAR driver from Zally there? So all-time, Jeff Gordon is my favorite. I'm very salty still about the 2014 Texas race. Would you think you would make it this far on YouTube? Absolutely not. I did not anticipate that one bit. Michael says, have or will you come to the United States? I will eventually. Like I said, I was supposed to go this year to the Martinsville race. So whenever I go see a NASCAR race, I will eventually, hopefully, come to the United States. So Austin says, can you make the 24 and 88 a little bit better, please? You should see, I think you have seen some improvements out of them by now in the career mode. How old are you? Like I said, 20. Do you like potatoes? Actually, I'm not a huge fan of potatoes, to be completely honest here with you, Bronson. What is your... Oh, we got Jacob from Norway. He's been here for a long time as well. What is your opinion on the choose cone rule so far? Does it have a future? And should it be added to road courses and super speedways? My opinion is no for super speedways. Just because I wouldn't want to risk of a very large single file line for a restart. So I think NASCAR wouldn't want to mess with that. Now for road courses, I don't see a problem with it, but I would make sure. I don't even know why. Like, is NASCAR scared of a single file line at road courses? I didn't even know that was a thing. But maybe they are. But I think it definitely has a future, and it hasn't really spiced things up as much as I was hoping it would, Jacob. But I still think it at least still adds a little bit of an entertainment value, because it can really shake up some restarts. So I'm all for keeping it, and I think it will definitely be around for quite a long time. Also, Jacob, I want to see that come into the NASCAR Heat games as well as iRacing. Although I don't do iRacing very much. Why are Canadians so chill? I don't even know. We're just chill, bro. Why do you not have a face cam? I actually do have a face cam. I replied to this. Oh, I did. I use a face cam in some iRacing videos. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes. I don't use it as much anymore, but yeah, like I said, sometimes I use it. But it's only whenever I feel like it, so yeah. But now, we've gone through all the Q&A, and we are now going to go into the segment where I'm going to show you guys my gaming setup, as well as I'm going to show off my NASCAR diecast collection. Alright, so here is the gaming setup. We got a gaming chair right here that I don't really even know what the brand name is. And then we got my whole setup. So here you see the wheel. That is the Thrustmaster TMX wheel. Love it. I've had it for probably close to 3 years now, maybe not quite there. As you see down here, we got the T3 PA pedals, I think they're called. I used to have just a basic 2-pedal set that came with the wheel, but I went through like 3 different versions of them because they kept breaking. Like the spring would break all the time, which was very annoying.
We got an NZXT streaming computer. So if you're wondering what the specs are, just look up NZXT streaming PC and it'll tell you on there. Maybe I'll put that in the description as well. I still haven't taken like this stuff off, but maybe I will eventually. We have a Razer sticker and stuff. There you see my Xbox One S. I'm gonna get the new Xbox eventually, not right away though. But there you see it in the little external hard drive. So that's how I record all the Nitro races. And then we come up here, got a few Xbox controllers, a Sebastian Vettel hat. But there is my computer, or sorry, my monitor. It's an Acer monitor. And then we got a Razer keyboard and stuff here. I love the keyboards that light up and whatnot. And then there you see, of course, the mouse. So we got that. Now I'm going to show you guys kind of what it looks like in the dark with the glowing up from the keyboard and stuff. And then we're going to check out some of my die casts. Here we have this kind of case thing that my dad actually made for me of the die casts from all my favorite drivers. These two guys here are not my favorite drivers, but this is the side we come to see that right here. So we got Kyle Larson's very first 2016 Cup Series win down here, but then we got, of course, my all-time favorite, Jeff Gordon. All of those die casts there. Goes through into there. This one here is probably one of my favorites right there. Then we come up here. Pretty much towards the end of his career, all up on this level, there's probably my favorite Jeff diecast, the raced version of his final start. And then I have the original version as well. Then we got the other Kyle Larson 164 diecasts. I haven't put, I have one more Larson diecast, his Credit 1 car that I haven't put up in there. Then you got the Daniel Suarez cars. And then we got the Denny Hamlin cars as well. So we'll check out the rest of the diecast I have in my bedroom. Alright, so we got the rest of the diecast up here in my bedroom. I mentioned earlier the first diecast that I ever got. And we come over here, you see Kyle Busch's Xfinity car, the number 87. As well as the Mark Martin, number 6 Viagra car. So those were the very first diecast I ever got. So here we go, right up from the top. We got some Dale Earnhardt cars, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, even a Justin Allgaier, a few of those as well. And then come over here, there's my white noise machine. It helps me sleep better. But then we got some Dale Jr. cars. I wasn't a huge Dale Jr. fan, but I have quite a few Dale Jr. diecast. There's some Casey Kane. There's his Red Bull car. Love the Red Bull team. You might see that in career mode at some point. Can't really say yet, but just kind of stay tuned. There's some Tony Stewart cars. There's one of his cars from his last season. I wasn't a huge Tony Stewart fan, but I had to get the Tony Stewart car from his final season, really. There we got Matt Kenseth. Most recently, the number 20 Dollar General from 2016, maybe 2015. I can't remember. Even Paul Menard. Kevin Harvick cars, barely any Kevin Harvick cars. I don't even have a 4 car of Kevin Harvick. The most recent is the 2013 diecast. Then we got Jeff Burton as well. And we come over here, Ryan Newman back in the 39 car days. Juan Pablo Montoya. There's another Tony Stewart diecast there. Another Keselowski car, the Xfinity Series. There's a Jimmy Johnson 5 car. Barely any Jimmy Johnson diecast, although I'm a huge fan of his now, and I hope I can get a 2020 Jimmy Johnson diecast. And then we come down to the last row. Some classic cars there. Carl Edwards, there's a 19 car, the Subway. That was one of my favorite paint schemes from, 2016 that was. His final season that ended up being after he came up short of the championship. There you see a couple Jamie McMurray cars, a few Clint Boyers, or maybe one, and then here's, we got Kenseth. Oh, I do have I don't even remember getting this one, but apparently I do have a 2017 Matt Kenseth car from his last year with the 20 team. And his last year of being competitive. Kurt Busch as well. Dale Jr.'s last ride. There we got Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, a few Chase Elliott cars as well. My favorite being the Sun Energy car. I think that was probably one of the best games in NASCAR ever, in my opinion. I love that car so much. But that was the 5,000 subscriber vlog, I guess you could call it. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and just once again, everybody, for the support you have given me ever since we have started this YouTube channel, and hopefully we can be doing a 10K vlog sometime soon if we can keep up on this kind of momentum, hopefully. So thank you all for the support. I appreciate it, like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.